Okay, let's move on from delay and get into one of everybody's favorite effects, reverb. So I'm going to keep a lot of what's in here. In fact, it's going to be a very, very similar patch, but there are some differences. Before we do anything else, though, the first thing we're going to have to do is go into File menu, Show Package Manager. There are literally hundreds of ways to do reverb in Max, but some are better than others and some are more difficult than others. I'm just going to do an easy one, and to do that, we're going to download the low-key NW package from Nathan Wolek, who's a professor at Stetson University, and has created a ton of Max externals. I've already downloaded it here, but you would just come in here and hit install. You may need to restart Max. The reason why we're going to use that is because I am going to take this object right here, delay. I'm going to use nw.gverb, which is the classic gverb algorithm. And this is going to be really, really effective for reverb because it's really easy. It just takes one inlet, and that inlet for the control is going to be just the amount of reverb time. So all I have to do is take this slider, and I'm going to change it from a value of 0 to 9 to 0 to 10,000. And that will give me a floating point number somewhere up around 0 to 10 seconds, depending on where I put the slider. At this point, it's probably going to be a good idea to make these sliders maybe just a little bit bigger so that I can actually interface with them without too much trouble. We're going to take that down, and you'll notice here that when I take it down to 0.00, I get an error that the decay time must be greater than 0. This always happens with this particular object. It's just how gverb works. So I can change that to give it a range of 0.01 to 10,000. And then at the very bottom, we'll clear that error. I have 0.01 all the way up to 10,000 down to 0.01. It's never going to error out is the point. If I were working with this to create, say, a pedal board, one thing I would want to do is to change my sends. This is very important because you don't want them summing all to the same thing, and I will show you why eventually when we build a pedal board using some of these modules. So I'm going to change all of those to receive R out for reverb out, or you could do V out for reverb out. I think I like that a little bit better actually because there's no way I'm going to screw up V. But here we go. Okay, back to good old Anton.aif. And here we have the dry signal. And now let's add some reverb. Let's give it just a nice, roughly 1 second amount at 50-ish%. That's cool. What if we take this reverb up into kind of excessive territory? Yeah, we're starting to get some interesting transformations. And of course, if I wanted to, I don't have to hear the dry signal at all. I can just turn that all the way up and I will only hear the reverb processed signal. Which I'm going to fade out because that would, in fact, take 10 seconds to die away. But that's it. Again, just install the objects for the NW low-key NW package directly from the package manager in Max, and then it's just nw.gverb.